said
you
that
dig yourself out now.
Nick, yeah, you said that
dig yourself out of the Atlantic. It's calm enough.
Welcome back to another episode of I Never Liked You with Matteo and Nick Smith, and today we're talking about our Mexican vacation.
Oh God, this is gonna be hard.
Nick's in a bad mood, everybody, so we're gonna see if we can get him out of it. Maybe just bring it closer to you, Nick.
I ruined his mood. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't ruin anything.
He ruins my mood.
We didn't have. So we've been holding the mics, but when I listen back to it, all I can hear is the sound of us touching and moving.
And when I listen back to it, all I can hear is the sound of your voice. But we've done nothing about that.
So I thought, for a nice change, why don't we get mic stands so that way we don't have any of that sound. So for those listening at home, they don't hear us anxiously holding on to the mics.
And Nick, for a nice change, for those listening at home, I'll be getting a new host.
Nick is really in a mood today. So Nick, I'll let
also, before we start, these next string of episodes are filmed in one of my team's listings that we'll link in the description if you want to see it.
Got it. It's a beautiful home.
I'll
let you start today, Mr. Bad Mood.
We took a group vacation finally. We did it.
I'm watching Nick dig himself out of this mood.
I'm digging nothing.
Okay. Go ahead.
We did it. We finally went. We went to Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. I was the only one there that spoke Spanish. So I was translating for the group.
So Nick's just taking my... Okay, go on.
Monet drowned. Mm-hmm. Never to be seen again. Mm-hmm. No, it actually was a really lovely time. We had a really great week.
It was. Nick got a message on, I think, Instagram.
My hat that you've all probably seen at
Chris,
this point.
Please put up. We're going to have Chris put up a video right now. Chris, it's the video I showed you on my Instagram. This is how Nick walked, not once, the entire beach.
To be clear, and I have said it, and I said it in my vlog, I'm used to the Atlantic.
Nick,
the Pacific is too strong. It's different. It is. You all know it.
Nick, which ocean did the Titanic sink in?
The Atlantic. But not because of the waves, because of the icebergs.
You don't think that
The what? The motion of the ocean? What were you going to say there?
You don't think that...
You specifically told me in a prior episode that the iceberg ripped the boat to shreds. That's not a wave.
So you mean that in all of the Pacific, so like that tiny spot in Puerto Vallarta where we were, that the waves are the same as they are in Japan?
No, but I'm saying the Pacific produces stronger waves than the Atlantic. Quote me.
Okay.
Where do you think all the surf competitions are held?
Are there How do you think are there surf competitions happening in the Atlantic?
Oh yeah.
There are happening in the Atlantic.
No, in the Pacific. The LA Olympics? Yeah, because surfing's going to be happening there. I'm just saying the Pacific is stronger and I wasn't used to it.
Chris, which ocean is stronger? I don't even know what that means.
Well, actually, I think the Indian Ocean is the strongest. That's
maybe the most dangerous?
That's what they say.
Like that goes the deepest and maybe the most dangerous, like the wave, the currents and stuff.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I think also
compared to the Atlantic,
Nick,
the Pacific is
you were the
stronger.
only one who had a problem walking on the beach.
Because I'm frail. I'm petite, I'm demure, I'm frail. Anyways, someone messaged me later on Instagram and said, "You're the talk of the beach." So I left an impression.
Frantically with this giant hat, he looked like a flying nun, and as the sun of my eyes, holding on to it.
I brought my own.
Like this.
I brought my own drone to Mexico.
That's what I said. You look like the drones in New Jersey. It was so ridiculous, but I had a really good time. I mean, Nick would get in the car and be like, "Como te llamas?"
Hola, señor.
Santiago. Hola, Santiago. Gracias, Santiago.
The driving there, really, you got to be aggressive.
It was very aggressive driving. We stayed like at the north part. Our hotel was basically all families. And then it was just us. So we were just like walking around in Speedos and being very gay. And then everybody else, yeah. I decided that I was going to get a massage at the beach.
You did. I got one at the hotel.
And how was it at the hotel? I didn't even
One of the
ask
best
you.
massages I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Arturo, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if you are, you really turned me out.
Was it Santiago, our Uber driver, that now has gone to all of our YouTube
Oh,
channels?
Santiago, I hope you are subscribed and watching.
He took all 3 of ours, you, me, and Mikey,
Honestly, he was the best one. He was fun. He had his sleeves. He was great.
to protect himself from the sun. Yeah, it was great.
I needed them. No, we had a great time. We honestly spent a lot of time just like in the hotel rooms hanging out and laughing.
We played a lot of Mafia.
a lot of Mafia, which we've learned Matteo is terrible at.
Nick, so what happened in Mafia. So if you never played the game before, you play with a bunch of friends. Yes, Chris.
So I have information.
Okay.
So I have the strongest ocean. Which one do you guys think it is?
Indian.
I guess Indian.
It's the Pacific Ocean.
Okay. But
So I partly am right.
But Nick acts like they're waves that like
No,
were.
yeah.
Nick also said
you
that there
dig
was-
yourself out now.
Nick, yeah, you said that
Dig
it's-
yourself out of the Atlantic. It's calm enough.
You said that there's tsunami seasons. And I said, what do you think a
You
tsunami is?
knew
And then Nick
what
goes, it's
I
when there's a
meant.
hurricane. I said, you think tsunamis happen from
And
hurricanes?
Jacob corrected and said monsoon season, which is what I meant. But tsunamis, I also meant happen in the Pacific a lot of the time.
They can happen in any ocean where
But
there's an earthquake.
Specifically, the Pacific.
Oh my God. Okay, keep going, Chris. What else did we learn?
2 is the Atlantic Ocean. 3 is the Indian Ocean.
So you were wrong. You said the Indian Ocean was the worst.
I don't know about that
And you were
list.
wrong.
But the Pacific
The Pacific has the largest fetch. The distance wind travels over open water, allowing waves to build immense energy.
the largest fetch.
Nick's in a bad mood today, so
I'm in a great mood.
don't know what
Especially
to
because I was correct.
I don't think you were. You said the Indian Ocean was the worst.
And I said the
And
Pacific
you were wrong.
is more aggressive than the Atlantic, which we have learned.
But you sound like a flat earther. You're like, because I can't see it, it doesn't exist. Like, the waves weren't that bad where we were in Puerto Vallarta. You were the only person on the beach who couldn't pick himself up.
Everybody lost
else was
your
having
sunglasses to the ocean.
Yeah, that doesn't mean. What does it have to do with anything? I could still
Aggressive.
walk. We also were jumping in the waves. Purposely. You and I went in with Mikey and Jacob into the waves purposely
Where I what?
where you got pummeled by the...
Oh, and you were just fresh as a daisy? You were just cool, calm, and collected in the cool, calm waters of the Pacific?
Do you need any more rage you need to get out on me today, Nick? Or do you want to have an enjoyable conversation
Hit
about our
her.
vacation? My God.
We played a lot of Mafia.
We did play. Why don't you explain it?
First of all,
Nick
This
got
is
out
for-
every single time because he always looks guilty.
this is for all of you that play games with your friends. If one person does not know how to play the game, don't do them dirty. Explain the rules before you
So
start
we explained
playing.
Mafia to Nick, and then Nick picked the car where he was the murderer, right?
You explained nothing.
Bob and Jacob.
You said,
and I
"Oh, you'll
all
figure it
explained-
out as we go."
No,
So you
that's
just
not
started
true.
the game, and I was made the mafia killer from the jump, which I didn't even know what that meant.
So anyways, Nick was out for. Anyways, we played Mafia a bunch, but at one point we just kept voting Nick out first only because he looked so guilty.
So I got my revenge. How good is the feeling of fresh, clean teeth? I only get that feeling maybe once or twice a year after I've gone to the dentist. That all changed when I started using the new Quip 360 rechargeable electric toothbrush. The new Quip 360 oscillating toothbrush literally revolves around you. Finally, an electric toothbrush that doesn't overly complicate a daily basic ritual. Quip 360 is a bold, simple design that comes in multiple colors and is ultra quiet for a super clean without being super annoying like someone else I know. And now with Quip Perks, Quip puts their money where their mouth is. When you subscribe to Auto Ship, you'll be enrolled in Quip Perks to earn credit back over time. Free your mouth with Quip and discover the 25,000 five-star reviews and mouths already loving Quip. Just for listeners of I Never Liked You, get 20% off site-wide and a free travel case and countertop stand at getquip.com getquip.com/INLY. Free your mouth today and save 20% site-wide, plus a free travel case and countertop stand at getquip.com/INLY. getquip.com/INLY.
Start of a new year is a perfect time to get organized, set goals, and prioritize what matters most for me. A top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. Thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable. They show me that all my subscription right in one place and help me easily cancel other ones I forgot I've been paying for. Rocket Money also pulls together all of my spending across all of my different accounts so I can clearly track my spending habits and see where I can cut back. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/I-never-liked-you today. That's rocketmoney.com/I-never-liked-you. rocketmoney.com/I-never-liked-you. Do you want to tell them what you did?
The very last game, it was our last night there, we played, and I was the killer. And normally, I was the host. And normally I had to choose the killer, and the killer kills the people. I didn't choose anybody. I killed them one by one.
He kept getting revenge, like Mikey was out, then I was.
And at the end, it narrowed down to you and Mitch, and you were both like, I'm not the killer.
Well, because
I'm
was
not
like,
the killer.
okay, in my head, I'm like, truly, I'm not the I'm not the Mafia. So it's like, it's obviously Mitch, and Mitch was like, it's not me. So when we do it, what happens is we said, Mitch, you're dead, right? We voted Mitch out. He's dead. So then you say, raise your hand if you were innocent. He raises his hand. And then I was like, but wait a minute, I'm innocent. And then Nick goes, it's me. So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. So he went and murdered all of us.
And would again.
The food was excellent. Everywhere we went,
excellent.
the food was A+.
The weather was excellent.
The weather was great. We went to a strip club. We went to a bunch of strip clubs every night. Eventually, we made our way out of the strip clubs. We went to strip clubs every single night. And Bob was sort of like our madam. And would just... And neither Nick or I know how to, like, be around strippers. So Bob would pay a stripper.
I don't know how to be around people.
But Bob would pay... So Bob paid for the stripper to come by us. And basically, like, everyone else is, like... Basically, like, they're, like, on their lap doing all this stuff.
Like lap dances.
And I'm, like, rubbing his shoulder, like, I think going to college will be an amazing experience. Like, he's 26 or something. And then at one point, this stripper comes up to Nick and just, like, throws his dick down on Nick. Literally, in a towel, comes up, big,
They're
gigantic.
very aggressive.
They're aggressive. And literally flaccid dick on Nick's knee. And Nick goes, ow. No, thank you.
I said no, thank you.
So yeah, then we had to one of them we had to run out because someone came in. We don't have to say who it was.
No, none of them were particularly great. We ended up going to the like bars, and those were fun. Great music.
We were gonna see if we could convince everybody at the bar to play Mafia with us. We were just obsessed with Mafia. And then, but no, it was a really fun trip. It was nice that we all got to be together, except for Monet.
All of us.
Yeah. And I had a really good time. It was fun to like go on vacation together. And Nick's great to vacation with. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to get the beach towels. We're going to go here. I got my. So it was good. We had a good time. Although, I mean, there was some mess ups. Like I got there and I ordered a room. That room, the one that I ordered wasn't there. And so they had to compensate. It was just kind of messy. But then every time you go to like, I don't know. I always think that when I go to Italy too, I'm like, I'm just prepared to be.
There's always something on any vacation.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was great. And it was a good first group trip because Mexico, I think, is an easy one.
Where should we go next? I say we go to Madrid.
I don't know. I'd like to go somewhere cold.
Well, we can go to Madrid in February.
No, I want to go to like Iceland or something. Or Alaska.
I'm not going to. I'm not.
Why?
No, I'm not going to Alaska.
Why?
Because I want to go to another country.
I mean,
I say Madrid.
It practically is another country.
You
have to go through Canada.
I say we go to Madrid. It's really nice and fun, and there's gay stuff to do. And, I'm not great at gay clubs. Like, I walk in and kind of shrink. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know what to, like.
Well, none of us really are. Mitch and Bob were better than us.
Bob, it runs. I mean, they're both in
Bob
Nightlife,
is-
so they both, Bob walks in, he owns the place. Mitch works in Nightlife, DJ Mitch Farino, so he knows what's up. And, but then I just kind of like am glued to the wall.
Oh, we had a boat day. That was fun.
Daniel.
You may be watching.
Because I was like, I'm like, ¿de dónde eres? He's like, Idaho. Boise. I was like, wait, what?
It was a really nice boat. The crew was amazing.
I
We
think
did
that they
jet
were
skis.
I think they were expecting the kind of gay boat where it's like we're playing circuit music and everyone's doing some kind of drug and we're all sober and went on a boat
we were
and
singing
played
Wicked.
a lot of Wicked.
I was wearing my UFO hat,
Yes.
which they all loved.
They didn't. Nick, I will say everyone reacts to you the exact same because the way you are, you're just
Admiration.
unapologetic.
Desire, jealousy, total and utter joy. The list goes on.
They kind of always giggle. You are like in those situations, you are a walking cartoon character. You're in a gigantic.
I think people don't know what to do.
You're you're 6'12". You're in a gigantic sun hat. You've got your glasses, and then your hands are out like this. And you're always nice to people. So you walk up and you say,
I'm a very nice person.
"Hola, Antonio, Daniel, como
Como te
estás?
llamas?
Como te llamas?" And this is always their face, always this.
Mucho gusto.
Because you're like people. You're like fun to see.
Rapido, por favor.
Oh, so when I was getting this massage, I'm getting a massage on the beach, and I'm laying down, and I'm enjoying the sound of the waves, and this woman, Maria, is massaging me, and all of a sudden I just hear feet shimmy up, and I just hear, "Cuantos costas?" Some white woman from Americans, we are so embarrassing. And then I'm trying
not all of us.
I'm trying to get a massage. "Cuantos costas for dos personas?" And then Maria, who speaks perfect English, is like, "Oh, it's 800 pesos." And then I hear the husband come up. "I need muy strong hands. Muy strong hands." And I'm like, okay. And then the daughter comes up. And then Mitch took a video of the whole family
we're
standing
all
around
watching.
me chatting. And at one point I turn my head and go, "Guys, I'm getting a massage." And they go, "Oh." And then I hear the woman walk away and she goes, "We asked too many questions."
And she did, and she acknowledged it.
Yeah.
The extent of my Spanish, I've realized, is from
Limited.
High School Musical.
Yes, you kept saying,
Mucho gusto. ¿Quieres, my love?
I was
Mira,
I was legitimately translating for the whole group.
And me.
And but it was so funny because every single person I speak Spanish to, they would go, "Italia?" It's like, no. And I was
they
singing
asked
karaoke.
Karaoke was
so
fun.
we're gonna go a little long. So we took over this karaoke joint, which was great, right? It was on the street, and no one else.
It was nice because it was our own kind of.
It was like it was
like
a
the
room,
whole
but it was
venue
on the
was ours.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the staff loved
It
it.
had its own bar, its own staff. It literally was just us.
They,
in the whole
they
venue.
ringing the bell. They're playing the
fog
fog machine.
machine. There
They are
was a
loving
staircase.
us. There's a staircase which we all utilize, and you've got like Bob the drag queen performing. You've got Nick when he does Defying Gravity. We found a broom, a mop. He ran up at the top. I'll play this too. It's also. And, he's going to tell him how I am defied.
And they got the fog going, and they're ringing the bell.
We did Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, When You Believe. So Nick came down the stairs first for the Whitney part. Then I came down after for the Mariah part. Jacob did Part of Your World. Mikey was singing My All. We just had it
We
down.
had a great time.
And then because
And then
we're
the
having
gays
so much
showed
fun.
up.
Yeah. And now other gays are watching us. They know who Bob is. I think they know who we are. They're watching us because they're kind of entertained. We're singing all this stuff. And then these drunk gays come in and we're playing fun music. And then this gay guy comes in and he's like, thinks me and Bob work there. He's like, "Well, I want to sing next. So here's the song I want." And Bob and I are like, "We don't work here. Like, grab the remote control." Like, he was just drunk. So then he walked up and he sang The Rose, which
Yes,
is
horribly.
a Bette Midler song. And I'm like, okay, like the vibe of the room just shot straight down.
and then
to
the
fucking-
next one sang Josh Groban.
Okay, when
You
you're-
raise me up.
Yes. And he was
Not the karaoke version. He just played the music video and sang along with it.
Jog. So we heard a better singer sing a boring thing. First of all, like when you're at karaoke, like we literally sing Lady Marmalade. Everyone, who were you? Were you Maya?
Maya.
I was Christina.
Right.
Yes.
We were doing like Wicked and The Lion
and act
King.
out. I did Time is Racing Toward Us. Oh,
Right.
I'm not
We
singing
did, like,
anymore on
a
the
lot
podcast.
of-
Sorry, everyone hates it.
We did a lot of Disney, a lot of musical theater, like just fun. And then these two come in and just
Just you raise me up so I can stand on mountains, and we're all just sitting there like, oh, this isn't.
So
you
prior
sing
to
in your
them,
car.
we had a great time there.
Yeah, we had a great time at karaoke. We had a great time at Mafia. We had a great time at the beaches. We had a great time at the strip clubs.
The boat, honestly, it was a great trip. If you all have the chance to go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I'll translate for you. I'm now somewhat fluent.
Why don't you tell us in Spanish in a one sentence your experience in Puerto Vallarta? Cuántos gastos?
Sí, muy
Strong hands.
muy grande, bueno. Mm-hmm. What about you?
El primer día cuando fue. Entonces que tú puedes hablar español. ¿Hablas español? Dime.
Dime. Sí.
Adele does he.
Adele does he. Mm-hmm. Should I end the episode in Spanish?
Yeah. Well, I want to say I'm my second leg of my tour, the Can't Stop Talking tour. So I'll see you in Philly, Providence, Rhode Island. I will see you in Louisville. I'll see you at Radio City April 5th. I'm the same night I'm competing with fucking Kylie Minogue. Jesus. Yeah, but I'll go to MatteoLaneComedy.com and you can pre-order my book, Matteo Lane, Your Pasta Sucks, a cookbook with Matteo Lane, and go to my website, MatteoLaneComedy.com. Nick?
Thank you for watching and listening to another episode of our podcast. Please subscribe to our Patreon. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and episode.
Sure.
And until next time.